the next recipe that I'm going to be teaching you how to make is walnut taco meat. So there is no meat involved in this recipe. This is a vegetarian, vegan if you want it to be, recipe that's great for tacos, salads, even putting into soup. Walnuts are actually a very versatile nut that can be used in replace of meats, which is really cool. This is the first time that I've made this recipe, so at the end I will let you know how I like it, and Josh will also taste it and let you know how he likes it. I am definitely more into vegetarian foods. He is slowly being introduced to them, so it'll be a good base to see how we each like it. So I'm going to show you all the ingredients that we're going to need. First, of course, is walnuts. You want just raw unsalted walnuts. And then you're going to need some soy sauce. You can use liquid aminos, whatever you prefer for this. You're going to need some onion, garlic, fresh is always best, lime. I don't have any fresh limes and I'm not going to the store to get them, so I actually have these True Lime packets and they are amazing. It is dehydrated crystallized lime and it adds so much zing to any recipe you don't even know that you don't have a fresh lime, so that's pretty cool. And then other things that you can add to it, you definitely don't have to, are peppers. That would be great in this mix, and mushrooms, super good for this. And then you also need taco seasoning. You can make your own. I typically do that, but I have a little bit of a packet left over, so I'm going to use that. And the first step that you're going to do is you're going to take a container. You have to soak your nuts, so you kind of have to plan ahead for this. You can use warmer water if you want to do it quicker, but it's best to just use cold water and let it soak overnight, throw it in the fridge. And we're gonna do 2 cups of walnuts. I already put 1 cup in here. You add the second cup of walnuts, and then you're gonna take your filtered water. You always wanna use as pure water as you can get. So I have a filter in the fridge that I just get it out of. And you are going to cover these walnuts until they're totally covered in water. You don't want them sitting above it, otherwise you'll defeat the purpose of them soaking. And these are going to soften a lot, and that's why we're soaking them. And so that's the first step. Super easy, and I will get back to you when we are ready to take the next step. So the walnuts soaked overnight and they are ready to be strained and chopped up. So I'm just going to throw them in the strainer over the sink and get all the water out. You don't need to dry them necessarily, just shake all the water out because you don't really want a lot of moisture in there. And then I'm going to take them and put them into the food processor to chop them up. You could use a knife or one of the things where you go like that, but the food processor is definitely the easiest way to do it and just to cut up anything. So I'm going to pulverize those and show you what it looks like after. So I pulsed the walnuts in my food processor, and you definitely don't want to turn it into nut butter. So you want to stop when it's the size of ground beef pieces after it's already cooked. And next, you are going to chop up whatever ingredients you want to throw in here. So I'm going to do a half an onion and a part of a poblano pepper because I really like the flavor of these, especially in Mexican dishes. And then I'm going to do a few peppers. You can also throw in mushrooms, whatever else you want to give it just more texture and flavor. I love adding vegetables to anything, even if I was using real meat, just because it kind of, for people who don't love vegetables, it hides the flavor. Even kids, husbands, wives who don't like vegetables, they'll like this. So I'm going to throw those in the food processor as well. So I've got a nice hot pan and some colorful veggies cut up. I threw the oil in the pan already, and here goes the vegetables. We are going to cook these now until our onion gets translucent and all the vegetables get a little more tender, and then we'll throw in our walnuts and our seasoning. I turned off the stove and we're just gonna let it sit with the lid on it for a couple minutes so all the flavors can come together, and then we will try it out and let you know how it is.
It's different. It's alright, I guess. I'd eat that in a taco.
But I think we're gonna make some tacos and we'll get back to you on how it tastes with a taco. Here are some delicious tacos made with the walnut meat, and it has some coleslaw that is made with my master tonic as the dressing for it, and olives and some Greek yogurt dill dip. So I think that these look amazing and we'll let you know how they taste. So the verdict is, we are part of the Clean Plate Club, which means that they were good. And Josh told me that they needed a little bit of hot sauce and he would definitely sample more if I made more. Otherwise, I thought that they were really great and I'm excited to make these again. I hope you get to try the recipe as well.